Just had a Trix yogurt a little bit ago. It's good as fuck. My mom was pissed though, because they don't have active cultures. It has nothing to do with this video. I just thought I would mention that because they taste good. Just a strawberry banana one too, by the way, for anybody that's wondering, which is nobody. So anyway, I want to talk to you guys about something that, I've had a lot of people ask me about, and I figured I would kind of make a short video about it. And by short, I mean this is probably going to be 16 minutes long, but hopefully it won't be. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the origin of the whole big dick DPS, right? It's my pants. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about where I actually came up with it and what it kind of was supposed to mean and kind of like why I used it and everything like that, right? Because a lot of people use it now, and, I kind of, other people I'm sure probably thought of it. I mean, it's not like this is some kind of crazy, weird, new idea that nobody could think of, right? But at the same time, whenever me and my boy Jeff and Austin thought of it, there was nobody else really that was using it. And, I kind of want to take you guys through the story of kind of how Big Dick DPS came to be. So anyway, let's go ahead and rewind all the way back to 2011. Now, back in 2011, I was a fucking thug, and by I was a fucking thug, I mean, I did nefarious, minor, petty crimes, and I was basically a piece of shit. Now, that's nothing really different than most other people, I would assume, but at the same time, I was kind of more of not really a thug or anything like that, of course not. I would play fucking video games all the time. But, I caused problems here and there. So, it was spring break, right? And it was me, Jeff, and Austin. And we were hanging out on spring break. And he was sitting on that sofa right over there. And we were talking about thug life. And if we lived the thug life, right? Or sitting there drinking McDonald's Cokes playing World of Warcraft. And I was like, I think we do. You want to go to Taco Bell? And then we went to Taco Bell. Now, that was the first point where we started talking about that kind of stuff. Then we were doing Firelands, and I think this was a little bit before. Actually, this is let me get to Firelands in a few minutes, okay? We were listening to some rap songs, right? And one of them, how like they say in those rap songs that they go hard or something like that. And the way that I always interpreted that is basically being hard is like having, a big dick, right? So like your dick is hard, right? I don't want to be a little bit too graphic, all right? But that's what I fucking thought, and that's kind of like what made sense to me. So I said, you know what, guys, let's just take this one step further, and let's just say, instead of go hard, let's just say go big dick. And Jeff was like, it's like he had just heard the smartest thing in his whole life. And Austin was just sitting in the back of the fucking car cackling like a pterodactyl. So everybody loved this shit. I was talking to Zach. He fucking loved it too. We all just thought it was really funny. And so we'd just be doing runs, and we'd be doing like ICC or anything. We'd just be saying go big dick the whole time. Big dick, big dick, big dick, big dick, big dick, big dick. Like the whole fucking time. I mean, you think it was a gay porn. And so, no, you couldn't, because it's not even that many dicks in a gay porn. It was like doing a raid with us was like swimming through a sea of hard dicks, okay? It was just, it was a bad time for anybody that didn't like that kind of stuff. And we were just fucking weird, and, it's just like what we do. And this all kind of culminated, and then this is another person kind of comes into play here, which is a streamer that I'm sure many people know, Towley. Now, this was in 2011, 2012, I don't remember which one. Towley was streaming back then, and I did a run for the Firelands, and this was my first GDKP run, okay? This was the first official Asmongold led and ran, and basically, directed, produced, written by, starring Asmongold GDKP run. And if that wasn't enough evidence already for you to assume, I'll just say it, I ninja'd half the pot. So anyway, but just by doing the math wrong, and then anybody that figured out that I was doing the math wrong intentionally, I just kick them out, and I'd say they were doing bad DPS or they had to go. It's like, again, guys, it's just a piece of shit. So anyway, we were doing this run. This is my first run for GDKP, and I even made like a special picture for it and everything. It was called Big Dick GDKP Thursdays with your boy Asmongold, and this was back in 2011. And maybe I can superimpose it on the screen here for you guys to see. And then there's this other guy, Nazarath. I think that I brought him. Then there's Johnny Boy, and obviously Jeff, and Austin would be there sometimes. And we had the whole nefarious crew. And so anyway, Tally was actually in a run. He was on his warrior, if I remember right. And the entire run, basically, like, if we were killing the boss, we were going big dick on the boss. If people were bidding on items, they want to do big dick bids. Like, everything was just big dick. And I don't really know why. We just thought this was really funny, and we just started doing it a lot. And we just sang it over and over and over because we were all in Vent, and Tally was in Vent with us. And then I realized that, like, Tally was streaming. I didn't even really know who Tally was at that point, but he had, like, 1,000, 2,000 viewers or something like that. And I was like, holy fuck, I have a chance to spread this ideology to thousands of people. Oh my god, I'm going to do the best that I possibly can. So I'm, doing my best to make the raid as funny and as entertaining and just to have the best time possible because, I'm the kind of guy that ever since I've been old enough, I've put a camera in front of myself and looked like a fucking fool. Just like right now. So the option and the ability to do that, in something that I was already having a really good time with was like really, really engaging to me and probably was a big reason why I started streaming later on. So anyway, we go through the run and we actually kill Ragnaros. And as I said, I took like 50,000 gold or something like that, gave everybody the rest, and it was good. People bid a lot of money on the items. It was actually a really, really successful run. And I think Tally, actually, if anybody asked him, he probably remembers that. And I think actually he did, because I remember him mentioning it on one of his streams. It was a legendary fucking run. Now, then after I did that, I basically would just use it myself, and like my friends would use it, and people that I know would use it. And it kind of spread to the server. I mean, on Kel'Thuzad, people would use it all the time. But there was nobody else really, it wasn't as widespread, obviously. And then I started making my channel, and then I started doing like DPS guides, and like how to go big dick on General Nazgrim, how to go big dick on Shaw of Pride, how to go big dick on Garrosh Hellscream, and all of those videos, speaking of gay porn, all of those videos, people really fucking love that shit, and that's whenever other people started using the phrase like big dick DPS and everything, and they kind of, gave it a positive connotation. And the reason I started using that phrase is there were a lot of different reasons why I thought this was a very, very good phrase, and it would work as a very effective meme, right? And basically, one of the big reasons is that, like WoW and like internet gaming culture, like if I go and I look at my analytics, it's something like 97% dudes, right, that are watching my videos. So, I mean, Big Dick isn't gender exclusive now because it's 2017, but it used to be gender exclusive. So I'm not really surprised a lot of chicks don't watch my videos, but I think in general, like most of the online gaming culture is dominated by dudes, right? And so, obviously, like a lot of guys feel inadequate, or they feel like, I mean, literally in like the, in that region, but also on top of that, it's kind of just something that makes people feel good, and everybody wants to have a big dick, you know what I mean? So whenever you say that you have big dick DPS or big dick damage or going big dick or anything like that, it makes people feel good about themselves, and they contribute it in like a positive connotative way. Is connotative an adjective? I don't think so. It has a positive connotation, and it also makes guys feel like more masculine, I guess. And I felt like all of those things coming together would create a pretty, I guess, an effective like phrase, if that makes sense, an effective meme, right? And it actually turned out to be true. A lot of people use the phrase now, up to the point now where people fucking hate it, right? Because you get these, socially maladjusted, middle-aged autists that are pissed off because, it offends them or something like that. It's like, man, I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. It's like, if going big dick offends you, you need to go back to fucking church because that shit's ridiculous. Like, it's not even a big deal. Like, people gonna say things that they think are funny. Like, how are you gonna get mad about that? I have no fucking idea. But a lot of people do, and it's always really funny to see them get mad. And, it's funny because like every single time somebody gets mad about that, and the first comment usually is like, it sounds like somebody doesn't have big dick DPS, and so I think that's always really funny because I think that's another really big part of it is that it's not obviously doing a lot of DPS isn't gonna increase the size of your dick, right? It's not. Sorry guys, it's not gonna do that. It's funny, it's fun, it's harmless. It's just, it's stupid, it's juvenile, it's crude, it's fun, and it's positive. There's nothing really wrong with it. And I feel like a lot of people, they just don't like it because they're probably not part of that same internet culture. And in the same way that I don't really like a lot of Twitch memes too. So maybe, I'm getting into being the middle-aged autist soon too. I am 26, so I'm on my fucking way. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing a hat, so you guys can't tell how bald I'm getting. Anyway, so I think like it's been really effective in a lot of ways, and that's been probably the biggest one, is kind of giving people something positive, and also it's a way for people to kind of not really segregate themselves, but identify themselves as a type of player, right? So if somebody's saying like, oh yeah, need big dick DPS or something like that, you're probably not going to get into a run full of like social justice warriors, right? That's probably just not going to happen if they're looking for big dick DPS. So it kind of gives players a way, and also people that aren't like that, this actually helps them, because like if you don't like people that say like, oh, big dick DPS or whatever, you see it said and they're like, well, fuck, dude, I don't want to play with these guys because they're just obnoxious, 15-year-olds with hormone problems, like, or whatever. So yeah, I don't want to play with them. I'll go play with somebody else that I like. And so it works basically as a filtering mechanism, even if people don't really want it to be like that. So it's like there's a kind of person that's going to say that, and a kind of person that's not. So anyway, that's basically kind of where it came from. And then after it kind of caught on, I was just like, well, fuck, let's just keep using it. And, a lot of people said that I've gotten it from somebody else or something like that. And as I said, this is not like really some kind of like, oh my God, this guy thought of big dick DPS? What a fucking wizard. No, I mean, come on. Anybody could think of that shit. But I didn't really get it from anything. It was basically derivative of Go Hard in rap songs. That's basically what it was. And I used it in pretty much every single different positive way, and now a lot of people start using it too. And so I think that's really awesome. It's kind of it's flattering to me that so many people enjoy, using the term, and they think it's funny, and it's positive for them and everything. But I know other people do also use it. I think I'm a Cutie Pie, who's like a League of Legends streamer, uses something that's similar to that. And, I'm sure other people do it too, but that's basically my story and how I invented the phrase and how I kind of came up with it and everything like that. So I know a lot of people have kind of wondered about that and what really goes into it. And I think that in order to get a very effective and positive and basically like something that's very viral in terms of its use, to get a lot of people using it, you have to have certain attributes, and I feel like the whole like go big dick and like big dick DPS and thing, that fulfills a lot of those attributes for a very effective meme. And so I never really thought of it like that. We just started saying it. Like this wasn't like some kind of like premeditated marketing scheme or whatever. It's just I started using it and people started liking it, and I started using it more and people still thought it was funny, and I was like, fuck, this is great. So that's basically what it was. And I think like it really, really took off whenever I started making those videos, and it's just really funny to see people use it now. As I said, I'm probably not the only person that thought of it, but it wasn't really inspired from another person or taken from another person. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. I've recorded this video a couple of times. I haven't really liked the other versions, honestly. I just thought they were shitty. I think this one's pretty good, so I hope you guys do too. Peace.